shows up wanting to help us rebuild our church for nothing more than a place to sleep at night.
I don't trust him. It's just you don't know anything about him.
I'm not gonna turn a man in need away.
Thank you for talking with us today, man. Guns of Redemption, kind of like a classic style Western with a bit of modern sensibility to it. For people who haven't heard about the film, what is Guns of Redemption all about?
It's a redemption story. You know, it's about a Civil War Southern colonel that you know, obviously did some bad things during the war and is trying to find a meaning of life. You know, he lost his family. He doesn't have anything. His friends are all dead. And he burned down a church, and he's come back to the church to help rebuild it. And unfortunately, he's just one of these guys that just, you know, violence seemingly follows him. And so he gets sucked into a situation where he has to help two Southern women escape, you know, their captor.
I don't care what's behind you, as long as you don't bring it with you. You understand? I understand.
Tell me a little bit about Luke. Tell me what it is about the character that really spoke to you.
I think that when we're younger, we make a lot of mistakes in our life. We're full of testosterone. We're willing to do dumber things. At least I was. I can say it from my point of view. And I think that later we start going, why did I do that? And we start looking to soul search, and we try to make up for things. We want to make amends and try to become a better human being. And this guy really wanted to do that, and I could resonate with that.
I was hoping our town would be too meager for General Bork.
Maybe he's just passing through.
Tell us a bit about Bork. What's it like playing that character?
Well, I always enjoy playing the good guy. He's a little misunderstood, but I think he's right in everything he does. How's that?
That sounds just like General Bork. Yeah.
Say one more word, I'll break every bone in your goddamn body.
No, I enjoyed it. Well, first of all, you know, I love doing Westerns. Obviously, I've done a number of them, but it's, as I've said to people before, I get to play like a child and get paid like an adult. Doing Westerns is just having fun, getting dressed up and riding horses, but especially when you have a great story. And answer your question, I enjoyed the complexities of Bork's character, that on the so-called winning side, the side that was right, and fighting for freedom and justice, if you will, and yet you have this dark, very dark character who is taking advantage of the spoils of war and the weakness of the Reconstruction period, if you will, and kind of laying this path of darkness hidden behind this righteousness.
Man won't go to the devil. Devil will come to him.
Westerns are not exactly easy to make. There's a lot of, you've got the outdoors, you've got horses, you've got costumes, you've got to, of course, divest all images of any form of technology that's not accurate. For you as the filmmaker, like, you know, how difficult is that challenge today to work on?
It's incredibly difficult. I tell everybody, Westerns are the hardest movies to make. I mean, I've made most of them. You know, I've made all genres. You know, and Westerns by far hardest, because, you know, the rules are don't have kids, don't have animals, and typically in Westerns you have both, and so it's like, and so it's the biggest challenge I think as a filmmaker you can have, because you know, for instance on this film, you know, we had a stunt rider, you know, who was on his horse, and the horse all of a sudden just decided it was going to take off, you know, and run through the crew. And of course the wrangler's like, nobody move, you have to stand still, because the horse will run around you. If you try to dodge the horse, you'll get hit. But the horses, you know, they run around you, especially if it's just a singular horse. So you're supposed to stand still. Well, the scripty gal gets all scared. She starts running off, you know, when the horse is coming towards her. And, you know, and so it's just like every moment there's something crazy going on, and you know, and granted the horse was fine and the Wrangler's fine, Scripty was fine, but it definitely is the toughest films I think to make by far.
This is when we go, girl.
In the film, there's also, you know, some action sequences. They're quick, you know, they kind of get to the point. They come in, it kind of blows up and then moves on, sort of thing. It's very, very realistic in that sense. One particular one where you and James Logan are fighting brings a whole new meaning to Bible thumping. I was wondering what you thought about the fact that, you know, using a Bible as a literal weapon.
Yeah, that was definitely my choice. I asked, can I beat him with a Bible? And sometimes, you know, if somebody can't see the word of God as it is written, then maybe it needs to be pounded into him a little bit. But yes, I loved doing that. I thought it was so much fun. And for me, I'd never seen that before. So
no, me neither.
I've never seen that in a film. And I went, you know what? I've never seen this in a film. And I have it right here. I mean, he's coming in. You want me to be holding this? I go, can I attack him with it? He goes, what? Show me what you want. And this is what I like to do. And they're like, okay. And then we worked it out and we came up with some things. I go, I really wanted, like, well, then you can put it down. No, I don't want to put it down. I want to attack him with it. And then I want to, and they're like, okay. They're like, really? And so this was a choice and I have to live with it. And the repercussions of whatever that choice was. But I really thought it was powerful.
So $10 for the version.
You know, you've had a long career. You've worked in westerns. You've worked in horror. You've worked in dramas. You've hit every, you know, kind of film there is. But when you come onto a film like this now, you know, after the years that you've been in the business and working with new young people who are just learning their way in the business, do you find yourself taking that like a leadership role to kind of like show them this is what it should be like and how it should be? Or are you just more like, you demonstrate by actions?
Well, it's a great question, and it's a very delicate answer and process. But because I can't get into somebody else's jazz. I mean, because everybody's there, you know, we're always hopefully improving the craft and the personal technique in absorbing the ways that other more experienced, older actors, if you will, which is what I did from the very beginning, and I'm still doing it. Absorb the good, take the good, which I dug in other people that I admired, and would leave the bad behind, if you will. So in answer to your question, I feel I just maintain on the set. I mean, we have discussions, especially when we're rehearsing, and ideas, but I never force anything, because now I'm at the place where I'm learning from the younger ones, their process.
The amount of times that you got shot in this film, like it seems to be the running theme throughout it. It's like you're taking the like all of the lumps for the things you've done in your past.
Yeah, definitely taking the lumps for. I was thinking about that. That's interesting that you say it that way too, because it's like I was like, wow, this guy, his redemption is just really hard earned. And it just keeps getting compounded and more gets added onto it for him, and then maybe his choices aren't necessarily like, you know, the right one, but he keeps doing it and he keeps trying to help, and he's getting shot.
Jeff, it was great talking with you today. Of course, Guns of Redemption. Bork is a very memorable character, and I think people are going to definitely remember it when they watch this film.
You might be right.